In September 2008, Elon Musk was standing on the absolute edge of a financial cliff. He had spent his entire personal fortune from the sale of PayPal, $100 million, to build a private space company from scratch. Back then, everyone in the world laughed at him. The experts, the media, and the legends of Apollo said space was only for governments, not for a dot-com millionaire with big dreams. But Musk didn't listen. He built the Falcon 1. The first rocket exploded shortly after launch. The second rocket reached space but failed to reach orbit. The third rocket carried a payload for NASA, and it exploded too, destroying millions of dollars in equipment. At that moment, SpaceX was a joke in the eyes of the public. Elon Musk had exactly enough money for one last try. Just one. If the fourth rocket failed, SpaceX was dead. Tesla was on the brink of bankruptcy at the same time. Elon Musk would be broke, homeless, and humiliated. This is the story of how 5 seconds changed the future of humanity. Welcome to the high-stakes empire of SpaceX. Today, we are looking at the most aggressive company in the history of aerospace. A company that failed so many times that the world lost count, only to become the most valuable private space entity on Earth. SpaceX wasn't born in a high-tech lab with government funding. It was born in the frustration of a man who tried to buy a Russian rocket and realized the prices were insane. Elon Musk decided he could build them himself, for a fraction of the cost, by vertical integration. But building rockets is hard. It is literally rocket science. The first 3 launches were absolute disasters. People at the company were crying in the control room. Investors were running away like the ship was sinking. Musk was sleeping on a couch, living through a psychological nightmare. On September 28, 2008, the fourth rocket sat on the launch pad on a remote island. This was it. All or nothing. The countdown reached 0. The engines ignited. The world held its breath. For the first time, the Falcon 1 reached orbit. SpaceX was saved by a miracle that happened in the last seconds of their bank account. But Elon Musk didn't want to just reach orbit. He wanted to change the economics of space forever. He wanted rockets that could land themselves. Like a science fiction movie. The industry said it was impossible. They said landing a rocket was like trying to balance a pencil on your finger during a hurricane. Musk didn't care about the experts. He crashed dozens of rockets on purpose. Millions of dollars turned into fire and scrap metal on the ocean floor. The world watched the blooper reels of SpaceX explosions and laughed again. But then, it happened. A Falcon 9 rocket returned from the edge of space and landed vertically on a drone ship in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. That single moment destroyed the entire competition. Suddenly, SpaceX could reuse their rockets, making space travel 10 times cheaper than Boeing, Arianespace, or NASA. Today, SpaceX dominates the sky. They launch more satellites than the rest of the world combined. They send astronauts to the International Space Station, and they are currently building Starship, the biggest rocket ever made, designed to take humans to Mars and turn us into a multi-planetary species. Elon Musk proved that the only difference between a crazy idea and a revolution is the courage to fail one more time than everyone else. SpaceX is no longer a joke. It is the gatekeeper of the stars. It is the proof that extreme risk can lead to extreme power. And you? Would you bet your last cent on a rocket that has already exploded 3 times? Would you have the stomach to watch your life's work turn into a fireball and still say, "We try again tomorrow"? Or are you too afraid to fail? Subscribe to Global Titans now. Because the next story we cover is about a company that started with a few air mattresses and turned into a billion-dollar empire that changed how we travel the world. Are you ready to see what's next? The revolution has only just begun.